Nike Vomero has always been in an awkward position and seems to have major changes throughout the years. The Nike Vomero 17 is no different. Overall, I will cover some of the changes for this shoe in addition to putting it on feet and giving some initial impressions after I've ran twice in this shoe so far. The Nike Vomero 17 this year comes in at $160, which is more than the Vomero 16 and 15, which were $150, and the Vomero 14 was $140. Some of the main changes this year is that we have ZoomX and Cushlon foam in these two different layers that you can see, where the upper layer is the ZoomX and the lower layer is the Cushlon. We no longer have a Zoom Air unit anymore, and we have the classic Vomero durable tread for long runs and lots of miles. This shoe is classified as a neutral ride and is suitable for forefoot and heel striking. Some other changes they have made were to the upper, which Nike says is a new engineered mesh, and they claim greater breathability. The Vomero 17 is lighter than the Vomero 16, but is heavier than the Vomero 15 and 14. Nike Vomero 17 is 10.5 ounces for a men's size 10, and there's a 10mm heel drop, in which there is 39mm in the heel and 29mm in the forefoot. Considering the price range and amount of cushion and technology used in this shoe, we can compare it somewhat to the Nike Infinity Run 4 and the Nike Invincible 3. For the Nike Infinity Run 4, which is $160 also, we have 39mm of stack height in the heel with a 30mm stack height in the forefoot, so very similar to that shoe. For the Nike Invincible 3, which is 100% Zoom X, we have 40mm in the heel and 31 in the forefoot for $180. After recording this video, I have ran twice in the shoe, the first run being 6.5 miles at 7 flat pace, and then the second run of 6 miles at 6:30 pace, to see what it feels like at these different speeds. My initial impressions of the shoe after running it twice is that it's a little bit heavier than I thought it would be, and not as breathable as I thought it would be, and there is a little too much room in the forefoot. I normally wear men's size 10s for Nikes especially. I have ran in the Pegasus and the Invincible and previous Vomeros and the Infinity React, all in men's size 10, but if for some reason this shoe I had to tighten it up a lot more than I wanted to in order to get enough of a locked down feel in the forefoot, but that may actually be beneficial for some people. I also felt towards the end of my runs, depending on the material of sock that I was wearing, my feet would get quite hot, and it didn't feel like it was very breathable. Especially on my run today, it was about 55 degrees and cloudy, and I didn't feel much of the cool breeze on my feet. Another thing is that I would highly recommend wearing these shoes for a couple days prior to running in them, because I made the mistake of just putting the shoes on and going for a run immediately after, pulling them out of the box, and they seem to be taking a little longer than normal to break in, and even after 2 runs, the entire midsole and rubber area does seem to feel very durable, but is also very blocky and makes a lot of noise when I'm running down the street. I'm traditionally a forefoot lander, and it feels pretty good underfoot, especially compared to other shoes, and I did test a little bit of heel striking. There is quite a bit of compression, which is nice. Thank you all so much for watching my initial impressions and unboxing of the Nike Vomero 17. I will be posting another video in the coming weeks after about 50 or 100 miles in the shoe to give a more refined opinion on these shoes.